The creaking only moves when you look away.
So don't blink.
Hello, I'm Cat, and we just had our first Minecraft Live in the new format, and my god was it something. They shared with us a new mob, a new biome, and a new set of blocks that look wonderful, as well as exactly when we can expect them, but they made a few crucial mistakes in my opinion that I figured we could address today, because this is a recap of everything that happened at Minecraft Live and the community reaction, because crucially it turns out the leaks were true. Every leak we've shared on our channel and that you might have seen on the internet have actually made it into the Creaking Canopies drop, which by the way...
And it's actually coming to Snapshots, previews and betas very soon, so soon you can all try it out.
I am so excited to go through every single feature in this update, and if you are too, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow we'll be diving deeper once all the dust has settled. But yeah, we're going to be explaining all of the major features in this update and when they're coming out.
But before that, we would love to start with our next drop. It's a combination of two things many of you have been wishing for. It's hardcore mode in Bedrock and bundles. And we call it Bundles of Bravery.
Yup, just like in previous years, you have to go through quite a bit of content to get to the main Minecraft update, because they put that near the end of the show so you learn about the other things, but it's worth mentioning that this technically is the next Minecraft update. Hardcore is finally coming to Bedrock on October 22nd, alongside bundles, and they spend many minutes talking about it, but now you just need to know this is the actual next update, and then what we're going to see regarding the creaking is going to be the next update. And speaking of the creaking...
Did anybody hear that? Hear what? The creaking!
Yup, they had villager news inside of Minecraft Live. That's really cool for Element Animations, and it was a goofy little bit just to make things lighthearted, but before we could actually learn more about the creaking, we had the Minecraft movie, and boy was I excited about this new clip.
This is a crafting table. Here's how it works. You place these elements in different patterns, and you got yourself a sweet blade.
Yep, they spent a ridiculously long time talking about the crafting. They tried to argue that, like, really, if you think about it, before Minecraft had the recipe book, you used to have to work out recipes yourself, and that's sort of what the Minecraft movie is doing, and so really it's super authentic. They spent so long talking about how this is great and what the fans love, and I guess if I spent 150 million on a movie, I would want it marketed too. Is this gonna be successful? That's a big debate for another time, but just it's worth mentioning, we technically got an exclusive on the movie. We got some pictures of Jeb on the set, and that's kind of cool, but I was much more curious about the main update, and I knew it'd be coming any second now, maybe right after this Minecraft movie drop, but they had one last thing they wanted to interject with, and that was the Minecraft experience, which was in fact something they've shared before. You're gonna get a cape for attending it, and it's going to be in Dallas in October, but they did say,
head to the website and tell us where you want to see the Minecraft experience.
Which hopefully means if it's successful, you might see this elsewhere around the world. Anyway though.
And now it's time to reveal our completely new drop, releasing in a few months. The team has been really excited about the idea of adding a new biome, and we created one with its own unique mood and identity.
This is the Pale Garden biome, and it's the centerpiece of the next game drop that Minecraft are working on. It is going to be quiet in the day and designed to be eerie with its own set of sounds, ambient and otherwise. It's going to be entirely harmless though until nighttime. Obviously we know the reason why, but there's also a lot of moss and colors here to make the biome feel spooky, and I think this design is really fun, but the name is honestly not so much. I think that Pale Garden is just an inaccurate way to describe this. It looks exactly like a roof forest, but except using a white color scheme instead, and so maybe the Pale Forest would be a fine way to describe this, but it's definitely not gardening in any way, at least not right now. We'll come back to that later, but what is the reason to be scared of being here at night though? Well...
And turns out there actually is something lurking in the shadows. The creaking.
It's found right here, and in a huge surprise to all of us that knew the name before this show, it actually doesn't take any damage whatsoever.
You can actually realize that it doesn't take any damage, and when you try to hit it, it points you somewhere in the canopies.
That's right, this mob is even harder to kill than the Warden, because it's literally impossible to do so, and this is because...
The creaking doesn't exist on its own. It's more of like a puppet of the new block, the creaking heart.
That sounds pretty wild, but it's all explained by this new block, the Creaking Heart. So the Creaking Heart is explained as not the drop from the creaking, but instead the reason that exists. The Creaking Heart is a block that actually summons these into existence, and they spawn naturally inside of the Pale Garden. And so while you're inside of this biome, you're going to find lots and lots of creakings, and if you want to get rid of them, you'll have to break this hard to break block, or indeed you can just stop them from damaging you, because unlike most mobs in Minecraft, this one won't attack you if you look at it. That's right, it's kind of like a weeping angel is what a lot of people call it. This feels a little bit like you're implying that Minecraft are ripping off Doctor Who, but if you think about it, it's the exact same mechanic as Boo from Mario. I think this is a really fun idea for a Minecraft mob, because every other mob is just you attack the thing, you deal damage, you hope it doesn't kill you. This thing is able to kill you, and ultimately you're not able to kill it in the traditional means. Instead, you have to break blocks while staring at it, which can be hard given how many can spawn around you. This is very, very, very fun, but yeah, in case you're curious as to the rest of the reason to be in this biome, so far, outside of just collecting these Creaking Hearts for yourself and doing fun things with them, they show that off later, it's worth mentioning that the reason to come to this biome is to get your hands on this new type of wood, which comes with
a very fitting new wood set was going to be a white colored wood set, and this is something that players have wanted for a long time.
Yep, that's right, we can finally build things out of white. It is one of the most beautiful wood sets I've ever seen, and if you add to this the last feature that they showed off today,
And then we also have like the hanging moss, and you can bone wheel it, so it's renewable.
you get a grand total of 6 new features they've shown off for this update so far, similar to previous Minecraft lives: the Pale Garden biome, the new grey moss variety, the Creaking Heart, the hanging moss, and then the new wood set. Except if you're feeling like an optimist, if you're feeling like someone who thinks this is incredible, you could actually argue this new wood set is 10 separate feet, well rather, the new wood set is a log, leaf, stripped log, and planks, which is 4 blocks already, but then those planks can be crafted into 10 new specific items: boats, fences, fence gates, sign, buttons, doors, trapdoors, pressure plates, stairs, and slabs, and that means that actually there's 14 new blocks in the wood set alone, and once you separate out the moss from the different varieties of it, there are actually over 20 different features in this update. I would argue this is one of those glass half full or half empty situations, but ultimately there are a lot of new features in this particular drop they've shown off so far, and Minecraft did say that they would be coming to the game fairly soon, because we're going to be playing with them in snapshots and previews in what is only described as soon. Interestingly enough, the Bundles of Bravery update have the exact same soon tag, and so now we're kind of left to wonder what they mean by that. Soon could literally mean next Wednesday, in 4 days time, we'll be playing around with this, or soon could mean that we've got to wait for the 1.20, 1.40 cycle to finish, and maybe in 2 to 3 weeks we'll be playing with all of these features. However, then that raises the question of when will they actually come out, because to most people it doesn't matter about the preview beta cycle, it matters when the actual update is in real people's hands, and we'll talk about that alongside Minecraft's official response about when their next Minecraft live will be, because that's when we'll learn about the next update, which I know is already crazy that people care about that, but it is worth mentioning that this update is a little controversial. I think that a lot of people have immediately fallen in love with this Pale Garden and the idea of a monochromatic space. I think the white wood set means that this is always going to be one of those updates that in retrospect is going to have a lot of love. However, just like the last single wood set update they had, the wild update, I think that a new biome does need to have a reason for existing, and so when there are lots of people saying, yeah, what's the point in this, I think I would like to point you to the Tricky Trials update, which was admittedly a much longer update cycle, but the Tricky Trials seemed kind of fun by themselves, but without the mace, you didn't really have the reason to be there, I guess you could say, and the mace was a very late feature in its development. I would imagine that getting the creaking working, getting the entire Pale Garden working are going to be the priorities, and that the big question for this update really that we should be asking is not, yo, my god, is it really not an end update? Why won't they make an end update? The real question is, are they going to be able to land this update and make it feel like a cohesive piece of content that every Minecraft player is at least a little excited for? If it's a place that you're just meant to stumble into and it's only for new Minecraft players to appreciate because everyone, if you follow Minecraft news, you already know exactly how to counter this, then it's maybe not so exciting. If there's no real killer reason to be here, or even a slight reason to go into this place, you might just avoid it as a new player, and as an existing player, you just go there to get the wood. There needs to be a good enough reason to be here, and the question is, will they manage to do that? And the answer is something I'll be excited to be following over the next snapshots and previews, and the other one is obviously, when is it going to be releasing? My guess before the show was that they were going to call this update 1.22. However, the fact that they keep saying it's coming out in the next few months, they hint that it maybe even could be here before the end of the year. That makes me wonder if maybe this is going to be 1.20, 1.50, and we really are entering a new era of Minecraft, not calling their major updates in any sense of that word. This is something that we won't be able to confirm until the snapshots and previews come out. If you're curious, when the first preview comes out for it, at the very least, if they have it behind a toggle that's called 1.22 or creaking, whatever drops, then we'll know for a fact that it's probably not going to be in that update. But if it comes out and it's immediately non-experimental, then there is a real chance that they are planning this as an end-of-year update, that they've been working on this for quite some time. And given that they have a play-testable demo, it's not just in a state where they can make videos from it, it's literally a state where they played it. They have Jed face against another Minecraft developer for the post-show, and that makes me wonder, therefore, if this is actually a lot further in development than we would previously see for updates before. That is my thought, at least, and I guess the answer to that will come later. But then the big question a lot of people have had is, when is the next Minecraft Live? They said there's going to be 2 a year, but what does that realistically mean? Well, Minecraft said, heads up, we're planning 2 Minecraft Live shows per year, so see you at the next one in the first half of 2025. This is very exciting, only if you think this was a good Minecraft Live. So I guess now that we've recapped the entire thing, we've spoken about the big questions, here is the big one that I would like to finish up with. Was Minecraft Live this year good? It's one that only you can answer for yourself, but I would say I really liked the Minecraft Live being really focused. I know they had the little bit about the Minecraft movie and they had the little bit about the experience, but ultimately it was mostly Minecraft content. They cut the fat from the show, and if that means that we get to do twice as many a year and there's more Minecraft gameplay in each of them, that sounds like a win-win. But if I could give Mojang one piece of feedback, it would be that there were no actual live moments, and that was a shame. Some of the best moments of the previous year's Minecon panels or of the Minecraft Lives or whatever were actually getting that unscripted, that unfiltered live reaction of something happening, and sure, it led to some bad moments, but it also leads to some of the best, because that is the point of a live show. It's called Minecraft Live, but literally 0% of it was recorded live. Even the after show, which they kind of hinted was live, obviously we saw the fact that we saw it yesterday tells us that it isn't live, and that is a real shame. It feels as though they are kind of relegating it, and that we're basically getting a Minecraft monthly, but twice a year instead of a Minecraft Live. Anyway, the point here is to say that I think Minecraft Live should consider adding a live segment to it, or at the very least changing its name, because right now it's a little bit misleading. Minecraft Live should be live, and that's the hill I apparently will die on. With that said, thank you very much for watching today's video. Please do subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest Minecraft news. You might have wondered why some channels weren't able to share all of the news that came out this week, and this is because a lot of creators signed NDAs with Microsoft to learn about the update early, but I don't do that because I want to be able to share any information with you publicly, and so that is what I do here on this channel. And if you want a factual look at Minecraft news and everything else, subscribe. And over the month of October, I am incredibly all over the place, but I will still be letting you know about the latest news, even if that means it comes to you from an airport or somewhere even stranger. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.